Also worked to rename the criminal court building after Clara Shortridge Foltz, the first woman admitted to practice law in the state of California, the first woman to serve as a deputy DA in Los Angeles County, and a national leader in advocating for the public defender officer. So there's a woman who really covered all the bases. Arthur and Warren had an abiding love for the criminal justice system and its administration, and in particular the civility of its participants. And keep that word in mind, because that runs through all of the people we're going to honor today, and hopefully it runs through the system as we go forward. We are gathered in front of the Foltz Criminal Justice Center and the appropriately named Judges Arthur Ellercon and Warren Ettinger Criminal Justice Wall of Fame. I was delighted and honored when Arthur Ellercon asked me to serve as the chair of this committee, taking over for him. And I'd like to introduce Sandy Ellercon, who is Arthur's wife, who is present here today and honoring us with her presence. The wall honors criminal defense lawyers, prosecutors, and judges who, during their careers, demonstrated the highest standards of ethics and professionalism and served as mentors or role models for young lawyers and future judges. There are many well-known lawyers and judges who receive notoriety for their cases, who are on television, famous, but are not on this wall because they did not meet the standards that I just read to you. Another is the wise decision of Judges Ellercon and Ettinger that those who are honored on the wall must be deceased before they are posted on the wall. I got a call years ago from a lawyer who said, I was the criminal defense attorney of the year and I won this award and that award, and why aren't I on the wall? I said, well, you have to be deceased. He said, forget I called. He's hung up on me. So he's still not up there, but I don't even know if he's still around. The Wall of Fame is in two sections. One is on the east side, which I invite you all to wander down and peruse. It involves those who are honored from the years 1850 to 2001. You'll see names like Alvera, Judge Alvera, who Alvera Street is named after, or whose family was Alvera, and so on and so forth. Very famous names in the criminal justice system. Each represents a part of history of LA County criminal justice system. The choices of who to put on the wall are made by the Wall of Fame committee, consisting of prosecutors, defense attorneys, and judges. Will those committee members who are present please rise and be recognized? Thank you. Thank you. Some of these you'll be hearing from as we proceed. And then after the committee looks to see who might be eligible, then the names are sent out to over 100 people in the criminal justice community, and they are then vetted, and they are then rated according to their qualifications. And then the final group of all the people who are sent out are the ones who are selected, and today we honor 5 such individuals. I'd like to thank Gene Guccione. I don't know if Gene was ever able to get back or not, from the DA's office, who really was instrumental in helping us get the chairs and sound system and the lunch and everything else. Without Gene and her staff, this ceremony would never have happened. I'd like to introduce several guests we have here. I'm not sure if Fisher Davenport is here, from the CEO of Ellercon. Judge Eric Taylor, who is the presiding judge of Los Angeles Superior Court, which is the largest court system in the country. Thank you, Judge.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me in the back? Okay, I don't know how much you paid for those seats, but we got to do better. I want to just thank all of you for being here today. I want to thank the committee and all the dignitaries on the committee. I saw Ricardo, I think, back there with a mask on. Steve Cooley, I saw you, an old friend. I want to thank all the members of the committee for all of your hard work in selecting these individuals who have shown over their lifetimes their commitment to justice in Los Angeles County, their commitment to the 10 million people that we serve. And I was thinking about like what this represents, having these folks here together in different categories or different parts of our justice system all working together. And all I could think was, boy, this is what unity and family means. And our justice partners in Los Angeles County are just a tremendous team, all committed to moving together, to being beacons of what our democracy can represent. And I'm just so proud of the committee's work in selecting these individuals. Justice Arabian was just a tremendous individual, starting with our court after being with the DA's office and then moving on to the Supreme Court. He just, you couldn't have made a better choice. So just thank you so much. And the other honorees, but to all of you, I'm looking across this stage, across this room, this balcony, and what I see is people who are going to be on this wall at some point too, later, not sooner, but later, who are going to be on this wall too, because I see your work every day, and I see your commitment. And again, I'm just proud to be a part of this team, and on behalf of the 580 plus judicial officers of the largest trial court in the country, I am honored to be here, and we are all honored to see these folks added to this really amazing tribute to justice. So again, thank you very much.
Judge Taylor. Our next speaker is Judge Sam Ota. This is his home. He is the supervising judge of the criminal department of the Los Angeles Superior Court and also a member of the Wall of Fame committee. Judge Ota, thank you.
To our esteemed colleagues who work in the important legal field of criminal justice, judicial officers, prosecutors, and defense attorneys, to the family and friends of those who will be commemorated today. As a supervising judge of the Criminal Division for Los Angeles Superior Court, it is my heartfelt honor to welcome all of you to the steps of the Clara Shortridge Foltz Criminal Justice Center, the iconic structural symbol of criminal justice here in Los Angeles County. I thank the Wall of Fame Committee, chaired by Mr. Richard Hirsch, and the other distinguished members of the committee for hosting this important event for the community of criminal justice in Los Angeles County. As each of us have lived our lives through the years, we've each faced challenges and difficulties that presented us with an invisible sign that said, "Heroes Wanted." Today we honor 5 titans of Los Angeles criminal justice community who answered that call with a resounding yes. Judge Armand Arabian, defense attorneys Charlie Gessler and Michael Judge, prosecutors Dino Fulgoni and Sam Mayerson. By the way, Sam Mayerson was also a judge of our court. We honor these 5 titans for their significant and selfless contributions they gave to the cause of justice. In their time, they each moved heaven and earth to do justice. We also honor these titans for their content of character. 1, their unwavering commitment to the cause of justice. 2, their honor, integrity, and unassailable ethics in their pursuit of impartial justice. 3, their care, compassion, and concerns for those affected by criminal justice, whether on the side of the defense to protect the rights of the accused, or on the side of the prosecution to vindicate the rights of the victims, or on the side of the court with unquestionable impartiality and total dedication to access to justice. You know, as I say these words, I feel their spirit here amongst us. And I hear them say, we are honored to be recognized in such a public way, but the things we accomplish were not done for recognition. We simply answer the call. We are most glad that you've made our families and friends proud and happy. We worked hard because we believed in the cause of justice. If we did anything significant at all, we think perhaps we set an example of dedication to justice. If you love justice as we did, please follow our lead. The work continues, and we now pass the baton of justice to all of you. Be vigilant, be watchful, be people of action. The work of justice never stops. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Ota. Also present here today is Judge Samantha Jessner, who is the Assistant Presiding Judge of the Superior Court. Judge Jessner, thank you. There she is. Thank you for coming. And is Judge Hanasono here? Way in the back. Judge Mark Hanasono, who is the Assistant Supervising Judge of Criminal, who is also a member of the Wall of Fame Committee. And now to the main reason we're gathered here today. Our first honoree is Armand Arabian. He spent many years on the municipal court, remember that? And thereafter the Superior Court, the Court of Appeal, and finally the California Supreme Court. He was a fierce advocate for victims of rape, and I know the person who will be introducing him will tell you more about him and his illustrious career. This time it's my pleasure to introduce a good friend and former District Attorney of Los Angeles County and former Assistant Attorney General, Robert Phillipos.
Richard, thank you very much. I could talk about Armand Arabian for hours, but I won't do that to you. But I will tell you that as my friend and my mentor, I am honored to be here to speak on behalf of Armand. I'm going to talk about wisdom and courage. Wisdom and courage. Two attributes of great judges. The wisdom to know what is right and the courage to do what is right. Armand Arabian was the embodiment of wisdom and courage. Armand was fearless, from jumping out of airplanes as a United States Army paratrooper to refusing to give the centuries-old so-called cautionary instruction in the rape case of People versus Rincon Pineda. That decision in that case, that act of wisdom and courage, ended centuries of the worst kind of discrimination against women. Armand continued to fight and win for rape victims' rights through his judicial opinions, Court of Appeal, California Supreme Court, and through many speeches and articles in many publications and forums. Armand was a brilliant legal mind wrapped in a high moral character. His devotion to his family, his friends, his community, and the law is legend. Armand wrote 99 majority opinions at the California Supreme Court. He was a master of prose. His opinions were scholarly, erudite, impeccably crafted, and replete with literary references. As a Superior Court judge, Armand was known to be tough, but with uncompromising fairness. I recall being in Armand's courtroom on one occasion when an old-time criminal defense attorney was arguing on behalf of his client for a lenient sentence. After the attorney went on at some length, Armand held up his hand and he said, "Counsel, please conclude. You know you always receive justice in this court." And the attorney replied, "Judge, we're not asking for justice. We're begging for mercy." Armand dispensed justice, tempered with mercy, when mercy was justified. In all of his life experiences, Armand excelled. He held himself to high standards, and he fulfilled those standards. As a son, a husband, a soldier, a father, a mentor, a prosecutor, a defender, a judge, Justice of the Court of Appeal, Justice of the California Supreme Court, an arbitrator, a mediator, a counselor, a community leader, a patriot, and above all, a steadfast friend. Armand was the son of Armenian immigrants who escaped the Armenian genocide of 1915. He commemorated that heritage in many speeches and articles, and in his memoir, From Gavel to Gravel. From gavel to gravel.
Gravel to gavel.
The gravel reference was to the enslavement of Armenians by the Turks, who put Armenian men to work at hard labor with sledgehammers, crushing rocks into gravel to build roads. And of course, the gavel was the one he wielded with exceptional skill as a judge and justice. Armand was a consummate, devoted family man. We owe a great debt of gratitude to his dear departed wife, Nancy, and to his children, Robert and Allison. And Robert is here with us today to pay tribute to his father, and we thank him. Armand was actually appointed twice to the Court of Appeal. The first time was by then Lieutenant Governor, acting governor, while then Governor Jerry Brown was out of state running for president. Mike took that occasion to appoint Armand to the Court of Appeal. When Jerry returned to California, his first official act was to rescind that appointment. 4 years later, Governor George Deukmejian appointed Armand to the Court of Appeal, and then, of course, to the California Supreme Court. Duke and Armand were longtime close friends. When Governor Deukmejian first ran for the State Assembly, Armand was his first and most ardent supporter. The friendship of those two men, who would become governor and Supreme Court justice, benefited the lives of generations of Californians. In addition to his life in the law, Armand was a community leader and received many awards and honors for his community activities. He was active in many organizations and charities. In fact, the Encino Chamber of Commerce named a prestigious Community Leader Award the Armand Arabian Achievement Award. That award is given annually to outstanding community achievers and leaders, and the always sold out event provides scholarships for deserving students. As many of you here know, Armand was possessed with a great sense of humor. His laugh was infectious, and his grin was brilliant. Armand was truly one of a kind. He has no peer. He has left an indelible mark of greatness on the California and indeed the national legal and judicial community. It is altogether fitting that Armand Arabian is enshrined, his name is right there, enshrined on this criminal justice wall of fame. Thank you.